the paint, which is called what?
The Eco Invisiflex is the name of it.
Invisiflex, okay. And that's for houses that don't have attics, where there's no access to the attics. And then the other one is what he's going to show you, the NASA technology. They're both NASA technology, but this one is the insulation for folks that do have attics, where they can get into and lay it down, the blanket, and they'll cover all that later. It'll all come together for you. But when they came, we came for the dinner just like y'all. It was great. The food was good. And then they scheduled us to come out and do our things. Well, her house, she lives in Bear Valley, so she has an attic. I'm in Old Town. I don't have an attic. I just have about 6 inches. Yeah, not even a crawl space. Yeah. So that's they put the paint in my house, and we had just painted. We were redoing that house. Had just repainted everything, even the ceiling.
Brand new wood floors.
Brand new wood floors. They came
Tile,
in. I forget the gentleman's name who did the work.
Jose.
Jose, not Jose B. Jose. Came in, taped everything off right along our lines. Once he had everything draped down to the floor and the floor was covered, then he started spraying. I mean, they must have taped for hours, and I mean hours. I would have never done that. They did. And they sprayed it. They didn't leave there till almost 10 o'clock at night after he cleaned that mess up. There was a little overspray, not from him spraying, just the atomization of the paint on our wood floors, but it was easy enough to clean up. There was no problem with it. The lines were perfect with our lines on the paint. Now, I was telling these guys, my bill was like running 132 to 180 bucks a month. And that was before I even really got this service or the...
Your bill for electric?
Electric, yes. I don't have solar panels. I didn't even have an air conditioner, and it was that high. But I guess I just keep thinking, I have a spa. I do have a spa, so that takes about 50.
That's pretty low for us.
50 to 60.
We're up in the 400s.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you're running that AC, probably.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
He didn't
Well,
have
hey, Bakersfield each house has like 2 ACs, and they're running $600 to $800. So anyhow, I did have an AC put in as part of the retrofit we were doing to the house. And then they also have this, if anybody's familiar with AC&R, you know how there's oil, Freon, whatever in the AC units to keep things moving? Well, they have this synthetic oil, just like on a car. You have oil and synthetic oil. If you put the synthetic oil in, it runs a lot smoother. The parts, there's no wear and tear on your equipment or anything. Well, they've come up with this for that too, so I had them do that service. And my AC, it was brand new, but it went from, I don't know what the degree dropped, if you remember what it was, because you did the measurements.
Yeah,
It was quite a bit.
maybe 10 to 12, I think, if something on yours.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was a
remember.
lot, and it was
Yeah.
already kicking.
Yeah.
So my bill 2 months ago was $132, because we just looked, because I'm bleeding money and I'm trying to figure out where it's going. Come to find out, I'm spending it. So it was $132 my electric bill. I did cut some things off, and I've been better with my spa. I'm not leaving it up at 102. I'm turning it down, but so that helps. But this month, with everything running, and you guys know how hot it was here, it was hot. My bill was $63. That's it, my electric. So, you know, I
Now,
have to
that's
assume.
about a 2,000 square foot house.
Yeah.
It's an older home, and I'm not sure about the insulation in the walls and how much
It's
is
good.
in there.
It's
But
good
yeah, it's-
insulation in the walls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cut it in
and
half.
I have to assume that it was the products that these gentlemen provided that made that difference. You know, probably with, you know, some of my being a little better with the spa too. So, now hers,
No, that's not. He's not better with anything.
Nothing at all?
I believe it was totally the product that
Yeah.
is why he brought down his electricity bill.
yeah, and it did. It went from 132 2 months ago to 63. So, and we just looked at it. So that's kind of crazy if you ask me, and it's well worth it. So.
Now
we'll
my
pay for
experience
it.
is a little bit different than him. I
Yeah.
have an attic. I have a vaulted ceiling in the whole house except for the 4 bedrooms. So the kitchen, living room, dining room, great room, all is vaulted. They came in and they put in blankets, the solar blankets, the NASA technology. They blanketed the whole house, and they had to blanket the garage because there's no wall in between. And they also had to put blanket in my patio because it's also part of my attic, which added about 3,000 square feet. My house is 2,000 square feet. They came in, they were in and out within 6 hours. I really didn't know they were there. They were on the roof once where they installed the panels, the solar panels on the outside. I have 2 solar panels on each side. They asked me where I wanted them, and I said, well,
Fans.
the smartest thing, wherever, smart. And they put the fans, I have 2 fans in my attic, one at each end. You can barely hear them. They hum so quietly.
Those run attic fans?
That is
Yeah.
an
The
attic.
2 solar things run attic fans?
Yes.
We'll get it.
So I have 2 solar panels, and then underneath, inside the attic, right where the funny looking gable is where they put the fans. And so they were barely up on the roof at all. They were clean. They were very nice. They were in and out. Now, when they shot that stuff in my air conditioning system, which is my air conditioner is 7 years old, and it ran okay, they brought my temperature down to 32 degrees within like 10 or 15 minutes. It was so cold in my house from them shooting that stuff in there. It just ran more efficiently. I don't know how.
Oil?
Yeah,
The oil that
synthetic
they
oil.
put in, yeah. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it just, and it was a fairly new machine. Now, we normally only run our air conditioning from like 3 o'clock on till about 9 or 10. And my bill was probably about $160. And later in the evening when you feel the heat from the attic drop into your house, I don't feel that at all anymore. So now I keep my air condition at 78, 24/7, and my bill was $65.
So we compete
Yeah.
And
on
what
our
was it last
bills,
month
so.
or the month before?
180. It's like the 160s, and I have a 2,000 square foot home and the vaulted ceilings.
Yeah,
So
it's
you
just,
talked $100.
yeah, way
Yeah.
cooler,
But
way
you don't
cooler.
have the kids.
Yes, I do. I
Yeah.
do have kids,
She
yeah.
has a
And
kid.
their imaginary friends are inside the bedrooms too. My daughter comes home from college and every friend she leaves in the bathroom, in the kitchen, and it's like, okay, your friend, you left them in the kitchen by themselves, Danielle.
Oh, because the lights are on.
Yeah, because
Yes.
they're imaginary
They
friends,
leave
yeah.
lights in
So, yes.
everywhere.
Yeah, they leave lights on everywhere.
You ever complain about that?
Yeah, but it does no good.
It
Because
does
I know when I
not.
do, she even gets on me.
It does
I mean,
no
I get in
good.
trouble for complaining about lights being left. I
Yeah.
go back in your room and shut the light off. Couldn't you have just done it since you were there? No.
No.
You need to learn.
Exactly. Yeah, they
With
have
the,
their imaginary
Echo
friends.
Dot, you don't have to go back in.
But I totally believe that it's the product. And like I said, in the past, you would feel the heat drop in the later
Certain
afternoon. I can't feel that anymore. And that was one of my biggest complaints when they came through. Now, we also financed through a company called Hero Program.
Yeah, it's not really a
So,
finance company.
the
called
Hero
Program.
Program
It's a program.
is where you